Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place you come to plunge into really fascinating sources and, emerge with the essential nuggets of knowledge.
That's the goal.
And today, we're definitely embarking on a journey. It's into the glittering but, well, often pretty brutal world of Taylor Jenkins Reid's huge hit, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Right.
And you should probably forget what you think you know about, like, celebrity tell-alls, because this book is something else. It's a gut-punching Hollywood epic, really.
It really is. Reading it, it does feel like watching this amazing Technicolor sunrise that then, boom, without any warning, just turns into an eclipse. It's quite something.
Oh, yeah. That captures it.
And so our mission for this deep dive is kind of to pull back that velvet curtain, and reveal how this novel, with all its intoxicating allure of golden age Hollywood and that irresistible pull of a celebrity spilling secrets, how it acts almost like a gateway drug.
A gateway drug. How so?
Well, beneath all that glamour, it's masterfully exploring these really profound universal themes. We're talking love, grief, ambition, and importantly, the true cost of being seen, but maybe even more, the higher cost of being hidden. You honestly finish it feeling kind of sunburned, maybe a bit winded, and weirdly grateful for the bruise it leaves. It's an emotional ride.
Sunburned, winded, and grateful for the bruise. I
Yeah.
like that. It does stick with you.
It really does.
And the setup itself is just instantly hooking. So
Wow.
you meet Evelyn Hugo, right?
Yeah.
Enigmatic, 79, Hollywood legend, recently widowed.
The icon.
Exactly. And then the bombshell drops. She picks Monique Grant, who's like a mid-level, kind of struggling magazine reporter.
Right, not exactly a household name.
No. For her exclusive final tell-all interview.
Yeah.
And immediately, you, the reader, are just thinking, why Monique?
Yeah.
Why her?
Yeah, what's the connection?
And that's where it really gets interesting.
That's the hook.
Okay, so let's dive into Evelyn herself, the legend. Yes, the author paints her as this just instantly iconic figure. It's almost like a composite, Like part Elizabeth Taylor, maybe some Rita Hayworth in there, Sophia Loren's cheekbones, perhaps.
That mix of glamour and steel.
Totally. She's described with these almost mythical features, violet eyes, this famous talent for crying beautifully on camera without smudging her mascara.
Right, the perfect star image.
She just embodies that untouchable, larger-than-life Hollywood persona we all kind of recognize.
But that's the genius, isn't it? That carefully constructed iconography is exactly what Taylor Jenkins Reid starts peeling back layer by layer.
Right.
So we get this flawless image, but then, bang. The author shows us her real origin story. She wasn't always Evelyn Hugo. She was Elena Herrera.
From Havana.
Daughter of a cigar roller in Havana, yeah. And she learns this really brutal, formative lesson when she's just 14.
Which is?
Basically. The world will forgive a woman anything if she is beautiful enough, and nothing if she is not.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, and so her real superpower, if you like, wasn't just her beauty, though obviously that helped. It was her calculation.
Calculation. Interesting.
Her ability to just walk into a room, size up the erotic economy, as the book puts it, in seconds, and then trade on it.
Wow.
And it's crucial, I think, that this calculation isn't really framed as her being a villain. It's more a strategy for survival in a really tough world.
A lovely tough world.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then it evolves, it becomes her art than just habit. And finally, maybe a kind of cage, a gilded one, but still a cage. It's this constant push and pull between who she really is and the persona she has to maintain. That's the core of her story.
And that complexity, that's what makes her so damn compelling, right?
Absolutely.
A woman who didn't just survive, she thrived by crafting every single detail of her public self, even her name. Elena Herrera becomes Evelyn Hugo.
Every step was deliberate, calculated.
Okay, so let's talk structure, because the way this story is told is also pretty ingenious.
Oh, definitely.
It uses, like the review said, tabloid as a time machine. It's structured around these alternating first-person narratives.
Right.
So you get Monique's present-day interviews with Evelyn, which feel really immediate, like you're right there.
Eavesdropping, almost.
Yeah. And then woven in is Evelyn looking back, telling her own story, taking us through the decades.
And the title, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, it makes you think the marriages are the main thing.
But they're not, are they?
Not really. As the book shows, they're more like, well, merely chapter headings.
The chapter headings. I love that. So if they're just chapter headings.
Then you can ask, where's the real story?
Exactly.
And the book finds it, I think, in that negative space between weddings.
Yeah.
in the bits that didn't make the gossip columns.
The relationships and moments that don't fit the headlines.
Precisely. And the pacing is just incredible. The review called it relentless yet luxurious like a Rolls-Royce doing 90 on the Pacific Coast Highway.
Huh. That's good.
It is. Every reveal feels timed like a cliffhanger season finale, but then it immediately gets complicated by this moral quicksand.
Moral quicksand. Yeah.
It's not just about twists for shock value. It constantly challenges your assumptions, makes you rethink everything. You're never on solid ground, judging her.
You're constantly reevaluating.
Totally. And just when you think you've maybe got a handle on it, that final twist comes, and it's not a gimmick. It's described as a detonation.
Wow.
Yeah, a detonation that basically rewrites the preceding 400 pages without cheating a single sentence. It's just brilliantly done. It changes how you see everything before it.
That is the mark of incredible storytelling, isn't it?
Absolutely.
To make you reevaluate everything without feeling tricked or manipulated, that takes skill.
It really does.
So here's maybe one of the biggest surprises, considering the title.
Okay.
The novel's true romance, the core relationship, it isn't with any of those 7 husbands.
Right. It's easy to assume it would be.
But no. Instead, the deepest, most lasting connection she has is with Harry Cameron, her best friend, her agent.
And eventually, her beard.
Yeah. Tell us about that relationship.
Well, it is definitely a masterclass in mutual usefulness, as the book puts it. But it's so much more than just convenience.
Right.
Harry's gay. Evelyn, we learn, is bisexual, and their platonic marriage gives them both absolutely crucial cover.
Cover from what?
From, everyone, demanding studio bosses, the judgmental public, even immigration officers at one point. It protects their carefully built lives from heterosexual scandal, ironically, but their bond. It has this incredible emotional weight, maybe even, as the review hints, more erotic charge than most sexual liaisons in the book.
Really? How so?
It's forged in these late-night strategy sessions, Yeah. Shared cigarettes, the silent understanding between two people who've basically decided, okay, the world is enemy territory.
And we're each other's only ally.
Exactly. And then Harry's death. From AIDS in the 80s, it's handled with such quiet, just aching power. Evelyn's just holding his hand. Her face is described as unreadable because she has forgotten how to be unreadable.
Oh, wow.
It's just this devastating moment. 2 people watching this life they literally invented together just become a death certificate. It's a love story, just not a conventional one. It defies easy labels.
Rooted in understanding and loyalty.
Deep, unwavering loyalty.
It's incredibly moving.
Yeah.
It really makes you rethink what a deep connection can look like outside of, typical romance tropes.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's switch focus a bit. Let's talk about Monique Grant, the reporter.
Right. The one Evelyn chooses.
Yeah. When we first meet her, she feels almost like a cipher, maybe.
A bit lost.
Yeah, she's recently divorced. She's biracial, ambitious, but kind of stuck career-wise.
Not getting traction.
Exactly. But as Evelyn's story unfolds, Monique, she really transforms, doesn't she? Her own journey gets tangled up with Evelyn's.
Oh, completely. Monique is way more than just a listener or a recorder. She becomes the novel's, its moral gyroscope.
Moral gyroscope. I like that.
And what makes her story so effective is how her own stuff, her estrangement from her Haitian-American mom, her grief over a father, she didn't really understand how it all interlocks with Evelyn's story. Like a dovetail joint, the review says. Perfectly fitted.
Ah, interesting.
And there's this brilliant, narrative misdirection going on.
How do you mean?
Well, as a reader, you're initially focused on why Evelyn picked Monique, right?
That's the big question.
But you slowly realize you were kind of looking at the wrong mirror. The real point isn't just why Evelyn chose her, but what Monique's own story reveals about Evelyn and about us, the readers.
Ah, yeah.
Monique's journey basically mirrors ours. We become, complicit in the consumption of celebrity, then we're shocked by the human cost, and then we're forced to decide what to do with the knowledge. The knowledge that every icon is, someone's daughter, someone's tragedy.
Someone's weaponized memory.
Exactly. Her transformation forces us, the readers, to really confront our own relationship with these stories we consume.
That's a really powerful connection the author makes between the character Monique and us.
It really is.
It gets you thinking about how we engage with celebrity narratives and who the people behind the headlines really are.
Definitely.
Which leads us nicely into some of the book's big themes. One of the central anxieties, it feels like, is the gaze.
Oh, absolutely. The gaze.
That relentless, almost violent scrutiny.
Yeah.
Paparazzi flashes, studio spotlights, just constant public curiosity. It shapes everything for Evelyn.
And the book shows how she learns not just to, endure the gaze, but to actively use it, manipulate it.
Right.
How? Well, she learns to weaponize visibility, strategically leaking a nude photo of herself to distract from a potentially career-ending political scandal.
Wow.
Risky.
Very. But she also learns how to hide inside it. Like engineering a fake feud with another actress.
Why?
To cover up something deeply personal and real, like having an abortion, which would have been ruinous back then.
So it's all strategy. It connects back to the husbands, too. Those 7 husbands, maybe they weren't romantic failures after all. Maybe they were strategic diversions.
Diversions.
Yeah. Each wedding bought her freedom, maybe freedom to love who she really chose in private. Each divorce bought her autonomy, made her seem independent. The novel kind of argues that, for someone like her, secrecy is not cowardice, but armor.
Armor? Yeah.
And maybe the most radical act a star can perform is to keep something for herself, even if that something is her own name, her original name.
Elena Herrera.
Exactly. It's a really deep commentary on performing identity and the price of privacy when your life is public property.
That completely reframes how you might look at public figures.
It does.
Makes you wonder what's really going on behind the carefully managed image.
Always.
Okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate the writing itself? Taylor Jenkins Reid's craft.
Yes, please.
The prose is described as magazine smooth, but never vapid. It's just packed with these incredibly vivid images.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, like a red carpet dress being the color of arterial blood.
Oh, striking.
Or a Hollywood party as a chandelier of teeth.
Ah, perfect.
And Evelyn's description of her first orgasm. Unforgettable. I came like a house on fire, and when it was over, I could see the foundation was still standing.
Wow, that's vivid and powerful.
Right, it's just so evocative.
And what's really impressive is that this glossy, punchy writing isn't just surface level. It's built on really meticulous but never showy historical research.
You feel the history, but it doesn't feel like a textbook.
Not at all. She weaves in details about, the Hays Code, the blacklist, the big shift from Technicolor to Panavision. Even subtle things, like how Cuban accents are sort of flattened into exotic by dialect coaches who had, never left L.A.
Right. And Evelyn's own Cuban heritage plays a big role.
Huge. It's handled with such nuance. It's shown as both an asset and liability for her.
How so?
Well, she learned to pass as white when the studios needed her to. But then she'd lean into this manufactured Latin Spitfire persona for certain roles.
Playing the game.
Totally. All while, quietly sending money back home to family in Havana while publicly having to denounce Castro.
Complex choices.
And the novel, crucially, never moralizes her choices. It doesn't judge her. It just documents the tax levied on identity by empire. It shows the cost.
The cost of existing in that system, yeah.
Exactly.
Now, given all that drama, the husbands, the secrets, the tragedies, some people might say, okay, this kind of veers into soap opera territory.
Right. That criticism does come up. Too many tragedies, too many weddings.
So what's the counter to that?
Well, I think the insightful counterargument is that melodrama is the native language of Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
It's how stories were told, how stars were built, how scandals played out, both on screen and off. So accusing the book of being too much, too melodramatic, it's kind of like accusing a sunset of being too orange.
Huh. I love that analogy.
Because the excess is the point. The only way to survive a system that just chews up nuance, that demands these huge dramatic narratives.
Is to become larger than life yourself.
Exactly. The book embraces that theatricality. It's not a flaw. It's actually essential to understanding Evelyn's world and her survival within it. It feels authentic because of the melodrama, not despite it.
That's a really brilliant way to look at it. Totally reframes that potential criticism.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, finally. The reckoning, the ending, the legacy.
The big finale.
We hunted before at this powerful final twist. Evelyn's greatest love wasn't Harry.
No.
It was someone else. And without spoiling who, the review says this reveal doesn't just rewrite the plot, it rewrites the genre.
It really does shift everything.
Yeah.
Well, the book transforms. What you thought was maybe just a really juicy celebrity memoir suddenly becomes, a coming-out story, a grief memoir, a treatise on the cost of staying closeted, all at once.
It deepens everything that came before.
Absolutely. And Monique's reaction to finally learning the truth, It's described as tears, then laughter, then the decision to write the truth. And that sequence, it perfectly mirrors the reader's experience, I think. You go through that whole emotional roller coaster with her.
Yeah.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, the book's legacy is just huge now, isn't it?
Oh, undeniably. It's everywhere.
It's not just, a book talk phenomenon or a standard book club staple. It's genuinely become this gateway drug for readers who swore they hated romance.
Because it offers so much more.
Exactly. It pulls people in with the character and the mystery and the emotion.
Yeah.
And maybe more significantly, it feels like it's shifted the grammar of celebrity confession.
How so?
It leaves us with this really profound, lingering question. What if the mask is the memoir? What if the performance is the story? And the truth? Maybe the truth is something we only glimpse when the spotlight burns out.
Wow. That makes you question every public story.
Right. Look beyond the surface.
So, summing up, this book, it really is a glitter bomb.
Glitter bomb.
Dazzling when it hits you, pulls you in with all the glamour and secrets. But then after you finish, you realize it's left this shrapnel that keeps working under the skin.
It stays with you.
It doesn't ask you to forgive Hollywood, not really, or even to love it. But it does ask you, I think, to recognize that every icon is a human being.
Who learned to survive the spotlight by becoming the light itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just powerful, unforgettable.
It really is.
And maybe that leaves us with a final thought, a question for you, the listener, to maybe mull over sometimes. Maybe the only way to tell the absolute truth, the deepest truth, is to wrap it in sequins. Serve it with champagne. Let the audience think they're just being entertained until they slowly realize they're actually being kind of destroyed or at least deeply changed by the story they just consumed. So I'd challenge you, next time you look at old Hollywood photos or, frankly, any public persona today, look with fresh suspicion. See every perfect starlit smile, not just as happiness, but maybe as a door slamming shut on a secret. Wow. See every leading man's arm around her waist, not just as love, but maybe as a barricade keeping the world out.
That barricade, wow.
Because that feeling, that ambiguity, that performance, that the novel whispers is the most Hollywood ending of all.
What a perfectly provocative, almost haunting note to end on. Well, whether you're fascinated by old Hollywood or curious about celebrity or just want a story that will absolutely grab you and not let go, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo delivers so many layers of truth, illusion, human cost.
Definitely recommend it.
We absolutely do. Go pick it up, discover its secrets for yourself, and thanks for diving deep with us today.